And here they come. Lots of pride in the performances of Zrinjski, even if ultimately the Bosnian side will see their first ever group stage appearance end with them being eliminated from the competition. Aston Villa, of course, have a head coach in Unai Emery with a remarkable European Cup-winning pedigree. And Villa themselves have a fine and proud European history. The 1982 European Cup winners, this season gunning for glory in the UEFA Europa Conference League. Off and underway on the final match day of this season's UEFA Europa Conference League group stage. Here in Group E, just a point needed for Aston Villa to secure top spot, and that route straight through to the round of 16. Matty Cash on the ball now. Decent ball forward towards Moussa Diaby. And he's got away from the defender, and that's a lovely cross. John Duran was waiting for it. It's come back to Alex Moreno, and Zaniolo over the top. And Nicolo Zaniolo, who scored the winner for Roma in the Europa Conference League final, the first ever in 2022. Not far off his first ever goal for Aston Villa. Pau Torres and Villa now camped in opposition territory. It's Jacob Ramsey. Cash tries a drive, but it got a big deflection off Chooser and well held by Maric. So, of course, top spot still at stake for Villa tonight, not guaranteed. Zaniolo in towards Duran, and it squirms through into the gloves of the goalkeeper. There's a fist pump there from Stipe Radic. Aston Villa remain group leaders, in by Douglas Luiz, finding Zaniolo. Cash. Zaniolo shoots, turned away by Maric. He's dealt with everything that has been thrown at him in the game so far. Simple reflex save from the goalkeeper as Zaniolo hot in pursuit of what he hopes will be his first Aston Villa goal tonight. It doesn't just take physical discipline, there's a great degree of mental concentration that Zrinjski have to go through here in terms of keeping this very solid and effective defensive rearguard up. Can they do it for 90 plus minutes is the question. Here is Pau Torres. Dean. McGinn. Shuffling forward and whipping in a lovely ball. Zaniolo! That's the one he wanted! Nicolo Zaniolo off the mark in an Aston Villa shirt. Well, certainly in terms of the dominance of the game, it had been coming. And it took the quality of the substitute John McGinn with the cross. And good composure from Zaniolo to bring it down neatly and to just roll it beyond the goalkeeper. And that totally changes the complexion of the game. The stadium is absolutely rocking. Second corner of the night for Zrinjski, who have barely threatened, if at all. In by Kish. Oh, and Choluka! And it stays out. Oh, what an opportunity for Josip Choluka to make another name for himself in a Zrinjski shirt in the Europa Conference League, having scored on match day 1 in the win over AZ. He should have got an equaliser. Away from both Ivancic and Saveljic. Now Dean again, Duran calling for it, gets it! Good stop! And headed away by Malik Anusic before it could potentially head back towards goal. Fiercely, Malik Anusic dealing with the rebound. Douglas Luiz Has scored from corners in the past, and he's done it again! Oh, but the referee's blown for a foul. Well, Douglas Luiz almost right on cue. With a devilish delivery. Right underneath the crossbar. Had a feeling he might go for it. Goalkeeper was being held by Diego Carlos. Possibly. Yeah, he was. That's why it's been ruled out, but terrific technique from Douglas Luiz nonetheless. Oh, and Marshall, the goalkeeper, getting in a real mess! Oh, and over the top from Ivanovic. Goalkeeper's clearance cannoned off his own man, and Ivanovic, from right in front of goal, somehow couldn't convert. Would have been a heart-in-mouth moment for the debutant goalkeeper. It maybe hit his hand on the way over the top. It was a ball that really spun off the turf. Oh, and the goalkeeper's been caught out again here, potentially by the on-rushing Bilbia. Swept away by Diego Carlos. Good flick by Bilbia. And Ivanovic bearing down on goal. Ivanovic. Is there to be one final hurrah for Zrinjski maybe? Aldin Ivanovic! Oh, it's a glorious goal! And the man who scored a famous equaliser against AZ on match day 1 has done it tonight against Aston Villa. What a moment! Ivanovic picked his spot. Aston Villa aware that the draw is good enough, and a draw they have secured, and so Unai Emery's team finish Group E as section winners, but Zrinjski Mostar celebrate a very creditable point to finish their first ever UEFA group stage campaign. A late equaliser from Matija Marakanusic, wonderful curling shot to cancel out Nikono Zaniolo's opener for Aston Villa. That his first goal for the club. Warm words from Mario Ivankovic for Unai Emery at the very end. Zrinjski have given it their all throughout the group stages. They go out with their heads held high, but ultimately for Aston Villa and Emery, a manager with such great pedigree in UEFA European competition, the job was done tonight as most expected it would be. A big night for Zrinjski, ends with a point in their final game in Europe this season. For Aston Villa, it is on to the round of 16. Zrinjski 1, Aston Villa 1.